Why are presidential terms 4 years as opposed to 2 years?
So it all comes down to the constitutional design. The framers wanted a balance. They didn't want the president to be constantly in campaign mode, so they gave a 4 year term, long enough to govern and build some momentum, but still short enough that voters could remove them if they weren't happy. It's basically a compromise between ensuring stability and keeping the president accountable to the people.
So, if the shorter amount of time is considered to be the tool to allow the people to keep the president accountable, wouldn't we want to make it even shorter if we want to increase accountability?
Yeah, that's a really interesting thought. I mean, in theory, shorter terms could force a president to stay more connected to public opinion. Every 2 years, they'd have to prove themselves again. But there's also a risk. It could lead to constant politicking, where leaders are always campaigning and never fully governing. So it's this trade off: more accountability versus the stability needed to govern effectively. It's definitely a debate that pops up every once in a while.
Well, so campaigning and explaining or trying to convince people to vote for a candidate is not so much in the interest of the people, I would say, but much more in the interest of the politician and the party. So, if we wanted to look for the good of the people, for good in politics, for good a good politician that helps society, wouldn't we be looking more at the results as opposed to wanting to allow a candidate to campaign?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a big part of the frustration people have with the current system. If we prioritize concrete results like legislation passed, economic outcomes, or real community impact over just constant rebranding, we'd probably have a healthier democracy. Some people even argue for things like longer terms or nonpartisan systems, so we focus more on policy, not just personality. It's definitely a tough balance, but I think you're right. Focusing on outcomes will help center the public good.
Right. So in that case, then if we have somebody who is in office after 2 years, it wouldn't matter really so much how they campaign because the results are in front of our face. So I believe that if we had 2 years, we would be able to hold accountable the current president. Wouldn't you think that that would work more than the system we have now?
Yeah, I think it could work in a lot of ways if we really anchored the system in tangible outcomes, like tracking specific policies, economic indicators, or societal change. Then every 2 years would give people a really clear chance to weigh in. The big challenge, of course, is making sure we have a way to measure those results in a fair and objective way.